A few months ago, I pointed out some data that showed that predominantly the states that are dependent on the federal government to keep their books black, to make sure that their people are cared for, are generally red states. This is not up for conjecture. That's just a statement of fact. These low cost, low tax rate red states normally take a lot more from the federal government, and the blue states are ultimately the ones supporting them. That's a statement of fact. So there's a myth that goes around that somehow, because we have people moving to red states, mostly for economic reasons, make a lot of money in blue states, it goes a lot further in red states after you've taken what you needed to take out of the blue states. Now, but when it comes to criminality, the same applies. We have most of the folks on the red side constantly preaching, "Oh my God, we are somehow in the crime rate is exploding in Baltimore, Maryland. The crime rate is exploding in Chicago, Illinois." You know, they take select states and select parts of states to show high crime and make it seem as if it is something across the board. Well, the good thing is always to have data, and that we have. How homicide rates by US states have changed. And if you take a look at red states versus blue states, what you're going to find is that the red states do terribly when it comes to the homicide rates, crimes. And, you know, that is to be expected. You invest less in your people. Guess what happens? Your people do what people in difficulties, what people have issues with. You get those types of problems. That's why the same problems you see in poor barrios, you see in ghettos, and you see in Appalachia, they mirror each other. Because again, it's a socio-economic issue, murder rates, etc. So, what would you expect in poorer states? What would you expect with a poorer population where they're trying to fend for themselves, when they're trying to make it however they can, and some people use it by all means necessary? And if you take a look at the homicide rates, we had one of our politics done right posse members sent me this link today, and I said, you know what, I'm going to make this a part of the show. In effect, if you take a look at between 2012 and 2022, crime in the aggregate went up. All right, I repeat, between 2012 and 2022, homicide rates went up. But it's not even. Where did it really go up? Mississippi saw a 103% increase. Louisiana, a 64% increase. Alabama, a 71% increase. Missouri, a 75% increase. Arkansas, a 39% increase. South Carolina, a 44% increase. Georgia, 74% increase. Tennessee, 49% increase. Alaska, 104% increase. I mean, and we go on and on and on and see how Texas, 49% increase. You see how, you know, California, the one that everybody likes to hate on, 13% increase. All right. New York, another one they like to hate on, 22% increase. But here is the kicker. Connecticut, super blue state. New Jersey, super blue state. 20.8% decrease for New Jersey, 2.3% decrease for Connecticut. So here's the deal. From 2012 to 20, homicide rates increase in every state with available data except Connecticut, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. And what it turns out to be is that the southern state, this is a list of the southern states: Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Missouri, Arkansas, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. Notice in that group, only New Mexico and Maryland can somehow be considered somewhat blue states. Uh, when we talk about projection, this is what we're talking about. Republicans and red states governments and red state politicians project the bad things that are happening everywhere else, when all they need to do is look in their backyard to see what needs cleaning up. Because they need to clean it up, and they need to use some of that blue state money that they're sucking on to clean it up. They need to stop misinforming the good citizens of their states, the good Republicans of their states, the good Democrats of their states, the good independents and unaffiliated of their states. They need to stop lying to them, fooling them into believing that things are how they're not. Let's be real. The numbers don't lie. These red states in the aggregate are takers from blue states. These red states in the aggregate are more violent. More people get killed. These states in the aggregate, people have shorter lifespans. We spoke about that in other blogs as well. People in this state, in these red states, have less insurance, less health care, on and on and on and on. Is that the America that you want? Is that the America that you think is this great bastion of independence, of a freedom? Folks, stop listening to the misinformers. Join the Politics Done Right family, and let's all stay informed. If you want to get all this sort of information and keep this going, there are many ways to sign up for getting our newsletter, etc. Go to politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. Sign up for a newsletter. We put all this sort of information out. Or if you want to see all the platforms that we're on, go to politicsdoneright.com/info. Again, that is politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. If you want to see about our newsletters, and it's right there in the bottom of the screen where you can get that link, or visit all our platforms, politicsdoneright.com/info. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.